The riddle of the primitive beginning, a prayer of St.G. Riddle creates story and story history, however it begins. Ours is the riddle of the primitive beginning. You formed the world, tohu vavom, a Hebrew phrase, for an empty waste, a chaos, wild, spiritless, natural, holy matter. The material of the chaos floating in the turbulent seas is a substance undetermined. By necessity, you created a man non-divine, pure matter, the farthest removed from God, who is spirit. The conditions in the universe, earth, and its heavens were correspondent to this. All was designed to be brought to conformation to the will of and to the glory of God. Always you had in mind this unity, that we and our creation would be brought to the knowledge of you, to know you in the heart sense in which you know us, and to know Jesus Christ, whom you have sent to us. The Holy Spirit fosters all this. It was a work greater than the work of creation. Jesus is now manifest to those given him. These now live by word, in faith, as though there were no other evidences. Hereupon in Gethsemane, Jesus prayed for the oneness of all things in the world, as they shall have been before the riddle entered. The first 6 days, a mixture of chaos and of the Holy Spirit. Like us, the world not yet glorified, and with the possibility of relapse to the primitive condition. But the outcome is known, is determined. On the last day of the created life of the universe, there will be a full separation of light and of darkness. And whereas we see light and dark, matter and spirit, life and death, you are the primal ground of all things. The nature of the evil confronting us is disharmony, a cracking and loosening of any oneness in the universe. The goal of this far superhuman power of evil is to plunge back to chaos all that is. And we, embodied spirits, are the counter to this. So that the riddle is solved, man whose spirit life was breathed in after he was formed, and Jesus foremost among us, bring to completion the world, natural and spirit united. And this because we alone are created in the imago Dei, not partially in your image, both matter and spirit of divine origin. The riddle, formed as undivine chaos, seems a dreadful beginning. It is not the restitution of a former world, but the creation of an undivine being, entirely different from you, pure matter inbreathed with life, and, after the resurrection, a fuller, higher life in the Holy Spirit himself. We speak of history, the resurrection of Jesus, the still point of all occurrings. For all that is dead need be brought back to life. In freedom, we help transform the disordered turmoil of nature to a higher freedom and to the sphere of your glory. In the end, the two worlds are separated from each other. Our original sin is not the apex, but only the origin of our fall from your grace. If some say the garden and fall were myth, the reality is that your death and resurrection were actualities. Our riddle is shown to be an allegory for your perfect plan. Its mystery was hidden from us by the veil of your holiness. Since nothing takes place in the world without its vibrations being transmitted to its utmost limits, the universe, through the seeming victory of the evil one and the defeat of mankind, has undergone a cracking and loosening of all its parts. Man has fallen under the power of darkness as both spiritual and sensuous being. The darkness is not yet that of hell. Yet redemption is an eternal, inviolable decree. And when the true light came into the world, even so as a man, it is proved that all chaos, even death, can and has been brought to glorious light.